Hi everyone, my name is Chloe Ba, and in this video, I'll be walking you through the concept map I created for my informative speech, which I'll be presenting in the upcoming week. My topic is how to perform the around the world soccer juggling trick, and this concept map helped me organize my ideas and build a clear structure for my speech. Let's start with the center of the map. This is where I placed my main topic, around the world soccer trick. From there, I branched out into 6 key areas that represent the major sections of my speech. First, I have the introduction. This section is all about grabbing the attention and setting the stage. I plan to start with a question like, have you ever seen someone loop a soccer ball around their foot midair and wondered how they did it? Then I'll briefly share my personal experience with soccer and highlight how I've practiced this trick over time, even using it in highlight reels. That gives me credibility and helps my audience connect with me. Then I'll end the intro with a clear thesis, maybe something like, today I'll show you how to perform the around the world juggling trick, step by step. The next section I have is, what is this trick? This branch defines the trick and gives context. I'll explain that around the world is a freestyle soccer move where the player loops their foot around the ball midair during a juggling sequence. It's popular in street soccer and freestyle competitions, and it looks impressive, but it's totally learnable with practice. The next section I have is the preparation. Before jumping into the technique, I'll talk about what you need to get started, and this includes choosing the right soccer ball because it can't be like too light or heavy and it needs to be the right size. Picking a good surface like turf or concrete, and then doing a quick warm up to loosen your ankles and get into rhythm. This section helps my audience feel ready and confident before they try the trick themselves. The next section I have is the step by step technique section, and this is the heart of the speech. I'll break the trick down into 3 main steps. The first one being juggle the ball to a comfortable height. Then, as the ball peaks, swing your dominant foot around it in a circular motion. And then you catch the ball again with your foot to continue juggling. I'll demonstrate each step slowly, then at full speed. And I'll also explain timing and balance, which are key to pulling it off smoothly. Some common mistakes. This section is meant to help my audience avoid frustration. I'll point out things like kicking the ball too high or too low, losing balance mid-trick, or mistiming the foot swing. By highlighting these, I hope to make the learning process smoother and more encouraging. Um, Something else I am going to talk about that's on here is practice tips. Like here, I'll share or advice that helped me improve, like starting with basic juggling to build control, using cones or markers to guide your foot motion, practicing in short bursts to avoid fatigue, and making sure to stay patient because progress takes time and you need to try not to get frustrated. And so my last section is the conclusion, which is to wrap up, I'll recap the key steps and encourage my audience to try the trick themselves. And I'll end with a motivational line, something like, every pro is a beginner, so grab a ball and give it a shot. Something cheesy like that. And then the last thing is the reflection question, which was, did creating the concept map help me organize my thoughts and develop the direction of my speech? And I'd have to say yes, definitely, because the concept map gave me a visual layout that made everything feel more manageable. Instead of having a bunch of scattered ideas, I was able to group them into clear categories and see how each were a part of my speech, and how it would flow into the next. It also helped me identify what I needed to research and what I could explain from personal experience. For example, I realized that I needed to look up common mistakes and practice tips from other freestyle players, which added depth to my speech. At the same time, I could rely on my own soccer background to explain the technique confidently. By putting my thoughts on paper and seeing them visually, I feel more prepared and focused. And it gave me a roadmap to follow, and now I feel like I'm not just winging it, but actually building something solid and engaging. Thank you for watching, and I'm excited to share the full demonstration next week.